In the heart of a forest older than the memory of men, where spirits still sing beneath moonlight and trees whisper ancient truths, there lived a hunter. His name was Odun, a quiet man with eyes like dying embers and a heart full of longing. He belonged to a village that feared the forest shadows but depended on its meat, its medicine, and its myths. Odun was the best among them, but he was never boastful. He hunted not for glory, but to feel alive, and yet he felt alone, as if something was missing, as if the earth itself had forgotten to place the final piece in his soul.
One Harmattan morning, when the mist danced low and thick, Odun followed the spoor of a golden antelope deeper than he had ever gone. The trees grew taller, the air grew colder, the silence became heavy, like breath held by unseen watchers. Suddenly, he came upon a clearing, drenched in moonlight, though it was midday. In the center stood a woman unlike any woman he had ever known, skin like polished obsidian, eyes that shimmered like rain on river stones, and hair woven with stardust. She stood beside a pool that reflected no sky. Her name was Morayo. She was the spirit queen of the grove, guardian of balance, breath of the wild, sorrow of the earth, joy of the sky. Odun should have turned away, but love is a hunter of its own kind.
He did not speak. She looked at him, and the silence between them trembled with meaning. Finally, Morayo spoke, her voice like the hum of bees and the crackle of old firewood.
Why do you walk where no man has walked in 100 years?
He answered with the truth, because nothing false could survive that sacred air. I followed what I could not catch, but now I found what I didn't know I sought.
She should have vanished. She should have warned him. But something in Odun's spirit pulled her close, as if his soul once danced with hers in another world.
And so began their secret meetings. Under moon's eye and stars' silence, they would sit by the water. She spoke of the old days, when spirits walked freely and humans listened. He spoke of pain, of hunger, of a world deaf to beauty. They taught each other. She made him laugh like rain on dry leaves. He made her weep like dawn on an abandoned shrine. But love between spirit and man is forbidden, not by law, but by balance. For to love a spirit is to deny the land its guardian, and to love a mortal is to embrace death. Still, they loved.
News began to whisper through the village. Odun no longer hunted. He wandered, eyes glazed, heart elsewhere. And the forest grew restless. Crops began to fail. Birds forgot their songs. Children dreamt of fire. The elder priest, blind but all-seeing, spoke aloud. A bond has been broken. A spirit is loving, and love has made the land grieve. That very night, the villagers followed Odun in secret into the deep, and they saw her. Shining like midnight sun, Morayo stood beside Odun, whispering her final goodbye. But it was too late. The humans attacked, afraid, enraged. They bound Odun and tried to strike the spirit queen. She did not scream. She only raised her hand and turned into mist and light, vanishing into the pool that had no reflection.
Odun awoke alone in the village square. They called him mad, they called him cursed, but he didn't speak again, not for days, nor for weeks, nor for years. He returned to the forest, not to hunt, but to wait. And every full moon, he would stand at that same clearing, whispering her name, Morayo. Decades passed, his hair turned white, yet he stood, weathered like stone, eyes still searching, heart still open. Then one night, when the stars blinked like old friends, a breeze circled him, and in it, a voice like the oldest lullaby.
You waited when none ever have. She returned, no longer just spirit, no longer just wind. The forest had decided. Their love had endured.
And so it is said that in the deepest part of the forest, there lives a man and a queen. She weaves roots into crowns. He teaches the winds to listen. They are neither dead nor alive, but something more. A lesson, a warning, a hope. The villagers speak of them now with reverence, not fear. For ever since that day, the rivers run clear, the crops grew full, and children dream of stars and laughter. Because sometimes, love bends the laws of worlds, and in the quiet spaces between man and mystery, legends are born.
This is the tale of the hunter who loved a spirit queen. A story of forbidden love, of devotion deeper than death, and of a forest that remembered. If your heart ever feels called by the wind, perhaps it is not madness. Perhaps it is love waiting in the trees.